If you take an object and you apply a force to it for a certain amount of time, that is an impulse. So, if you have an object here, let's just say it's a ball, and you're applying a certain force to it, and let's say that it's 10 kilograms, and that the force is, and it's going at 10 meters per second squared, and let's say it's doing that for 2 seconds. So that is an impulse. So you're moving the ball at 10 meters per second squared, a 10 kilogram ball, for 2 seconds. So you're moving this with a force for 2 seconds. So that's basically just what an impulse is. But now we're going to relate it to momentum. So an impulse, which is can be used, we're just going to use the variable j, equals the change in momentum. So the triangle just means change. So you usually use triangle if you mean change. But that means that the momentum is changing. And that makes sense. Because if you apply 10 meters per second squared just for 2 seconds and you're moving this ball and it's going, maybe it's in outer space, so it doesn't have any friction, then by the end of this, this is 10 meters per second squared, so if you apply it for 2 seconds, it'll be 20 meters per second squared in space. So you will have a ball at 20 meters per second squared, just 20 meters per second, 10 kilogram ball, and that will be your momentum, so 20 times 10. So your momentum will be 300. So your change in momentum, because it started at at 0, and then it increased to 300. Because it wasn't moving at all here, and now it's moving here. Okay, so when you look at your J, let's calculate what the impulse was. Well, impulse would be, 200. I don't know why I did 300. But it will also be 200, because when you have its force, impulse, is equal to force times time. And that makes sense because it's the amount of force that you're putting on it times the amount of time that you're actually applying that force. So that will be equal in this case to 10 right here times 10 times 2 because it's 2 seconds. And then you get 200 equals 200. Okay, so impulse is equal to the change in momentum. So when you move that object and you put a force for 2 seconds of 10 meters per second squared and 10 kilograms, then you are going to be applying an impulse of 200. We're not using units right now because I just want to keep just the concept's pretty simple, and I don't want to involve any units. I might do that in another video, but not right now. So I'm just going to call it 200. Usually this would have units, but it doesn't. So you get 200 equals 200. So the change in momentum, so how much the momentum increases, is equal to your impulse. Now, yeah, so that's pretty much it. In the next video, we might do visualizing impulse on a graph, but that's pretty much it. Thank you.